From San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, Estadio Panamericano. It is match day number 7 of this 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. We've reached the knockout stage, and our first match features Jamaica and Bermuda. Look at the weather today, 82 degrees, another warm day, a slight breeze, and of course a little bit of humidity as well. So we have reached the knockout stage. Here we are starting in the lower left-hand quadrant. Jamaica and Bermuda will be our first matchup here today, followed by Canada and Cuba in that upper left-hand quadrant. It is Jamaica. They are the favorite in this match, facing Bermuda, making their first appearance in this year's competition. So it'll all come to the semifinals. The 2 winners will advance to the Under-20 World Cup, but today it's Jamaica and Bermuda to try to find the first team to advance on to the quarterfinals.
Damas y caballeros, ya le daré la bienvenida a los equipos nacionales de Jamaica y Bermuda y Bermuda para el partido de esta tarde del campeonato de la Concacaf.
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos por favor ponerse de pie para escuchar los himnos de Jamaica, seguido del himno de Bermuda.
Back here in San Cristobal, building up to Jamaica and Bermuda on a beautiful day here in the Dominican Republic, the start of the knockout stage. Josh Eastern back with you and looking forward to the first of two from Estadio Panamericano today. So let's take a look at the starting 11, and we will start here with Jamaica for Coach Xavier Gilbert. Just one change, it is Marley Frey coming back into the fray for Jamaica, and she is replacing Sydney Clark. Marley Frey, though, a hat trick in the first match versus Guatemala, and plenty of firepower on this Jamaican side as they were the winners of Group E. Instead of their yellow kits, they're in their black kits showing the Jamaican flag. Those are some pretty cool kits right there. A look at our referees today. Tatiana Guzman will be in the middle. Two Nicaraguan officials, and the other AR from Cuba, or the fourth official from Guatemala. As we'll look at the captains as they come for the coin toss. It's Jade Stewart for Bermuda. It's Jody Brown for Jamaica. So the handshakes and maybe one final photo. It's the first time for Bermuda in this competition. Still getting the run of things here in the pregame. And now we will take a look at the starting 11 for Bermuda. The player to watch, Nia Christopher. She had 5 goals in qualifications. Jade Stewart, of course, the captain, and Adia Gibbons also chipping in 3 goals in qualifications for Coach Nikita Robinson. And this Bermuda side may be looking for a bit of a shock here today. They'll be in their all-pink jerseys. And we are just about set to go here from San Cristobal. It is Bermuda and Jamaica. The other match in this quadrant is the Dominican Republic and El Salvador. The other matches today, of course, the United States will face off as we take a look at the substitutions as well. Plenty of options for Jamaica to turn to. A lot of these players have already played, including Sydney Clark, and we'll see if Bermuda dips into their bench at all today. So 4 matches in total on this match day number 7, the first of the round of 16, but the first of 2 here in San Cristobal. It is Jamaica and it is Bermuda as we wait for Tatiana Guzman's whistle. Waiting for the top of the hour. There's the whistle underway from San Cristobal. It's Jamaica going left to right. It is Bermuda going right to left in those pink kits. So it's Jamaica, the winners of Group E, and a lot of people maybe expected Canada come away with the top spot in that group, but Jamaica really showed their quality during their 3 group stage matches. It was a 4-4. It was a thrilling draw in the opening match of the competition against Guatemala last week. And then a 3-1 win over Canada was their last match, and in between was a 4-1 win over El Salvador. So they have been in fine goal-scoring form. 2 wins and a draw. So a good start here for Jamaica as they look to continue on. Honestly, they could be the favorites to be seen to get all the way to the semifinals to face either the United States, St. Lucia, Cuba, or Canada. Of course, the United States, the favorites out of those 4 sides in the quadrant just above. And Jamaica on the attack early. Marley Frey lays it off, the shot coming on, and this one sailing wide of Zachary Turner in goal from IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. So we'll see how Bermuda reacts here. Their first match in this competition. They had to go through qualifiers to get in. They were 2-2 in those qualifiers, but this is their first round of 16 appearance. On the turn, the shot will sail out of play for Jamaica. A goal kick. Marley Frey once again. So a 2-2 record in those qualifiers. But they do get to go straight to the knockout stage, so 3 wins will obviously not be easy, but they are just 3 wins away from an under-20 World Cup appearance later this year in Costa Rica and Panama, as those 2 teams have automatically qualified due to their hosting responsibilities. The first time into the attack for Bermuda. It's Nia Christopher on the ball. And now Jamaica trying to come back the other way. First touch of the ball looked like there for Lacey Murray, but quickly won back by Bermuda. Not afraid to go at this Jamaican team early on. Most likely seen as the underdogs in this match, just based on the form that Jamaica has been in. Now here's Jody Brown. Trying to switch the play, but it is a giveaway. Nesbeth was trying to apply some pressure. Jamaica able to come right through it. Gabrielle Gale. So of course, with the new format this year, is the winner of the 2 semifinals that will receive the final 2 spots for Concacaf in the Under-20 World Cup. So that's what we are building towards here in this knockout stage. Ball played down the left. Chance for Chantel Parker to get a touch. Instead, it's knocked out for a throw-in. 4 minutes in here from San Cristobal. Jaden Roberts with the throw-in for Parker. Now back for Roberts. To the end line. We've got the final deflection. Looked like it was off of Roberts, and it is out for a goal kick. Another look at it here. Is Zamira Webb tracking over and applying pressure on the Jamaican attacker. And trying to play out from the back. Deflection off of Gale. It's out for a throw-in. Taken away, and now Jody Brown steaming into the box. The shot coming, and it's wide. A good opportunity for Jody Brown, just picking up the ball in the midfield and taking it all the way into the 18-yard box. But the shot could not find the frame of goal. It's another goal kick for Zakari Turner. See if they decide to play out of the back again this time. And send it downfield. On back here by Frey. Coming into the middle, Jody Brown once again. The captain has pushed off the ball. Well, it's really been the trio of Jody Brown, Marley Frey, and Chantel Parker that have been instrumental for Jamaica in this competition. Here's Parker on the ball. Parker leads the team with 5 assists, while Marley Frey and Jody Brown each have 4 goals. It was Marley Frey with a hat trick versus Guatemala in the first match. It was last Saturday. This 2-week competition now officially halfway done. The group stage is complete. We are into the knockout stage, so win or go home. Of course, if we are tied after 90 minutes, it is extra time. Normal FIFA rules, 15-minute periods. Here's Gale. Frame was able to stay on side. Another giveaway by Jamaica. Bermuda still looking for their first attack of the match. This one sent back for Ella Dennis in goal. One of her first few touches of the match from Alcorn State University. It's a foot race for it, but the offside flag is up. Jody Brown leaving just a little bit too early there on the through ball. This is the first meeting between these two teams in the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. They have met twice in qualifiers, one time in 2013, a 7-0 win for Jamaica, and the other time in 2017, a little bit of a smaller scoreline at 2-1. As Turner sends this back downfield. Jody Brown picks it up. Trying to find Lacey Murray, who just changed directions on a dime there. McNamara plays it into the feet of Frey. The through ball for Jody Brown. Good build-up play for Jamaica, and it might be the first goal, but Jody Brown scuffs her shot. An easy save at the end for Zakari Turner. It's good build-up from Jamaica, just some quick touches to get into the attack. Jody Brown was clear in on goal, but could not find the finishing product. Here's Gale. Able to keep possession here. And that has been really what the first 9.5 minutes have been about for Jamaica. A lot of time on the ball. And Bermuda struggling to chase these Jamaican players around the pitch. Into the corner now. Parker trying to turn the corner. Once again, it was Zamira Webb, who's alert defensively and able to win a throw-in for Bermuda. So through the opening 10 minutes, nothing to split these two sides. It is Jamaica who has looked the more dangerous of the two. Abel. Makes it wide for Gale. Now McNamara. Trying to clip it over the top for Brown. But once again, Turner was alert to it. Coming into the tournament for Jamaica, they had been in 9 previous Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championships. Their record is 4-18-7. Already 2 wins and clearing on goal, and there's the opener for Jamaica. Zakari Turner came way off her line. And it was Lacey Murray who was able to bury her 3rd goal of the competition. Jamaica's off the mark, and it's 1-0 to the Jamaicans. Another look at it here. A misplay at the back. Turner could not quite field it cleanly, and after that, it was an easy finish for Lacey Murray. The chances you felt for Bermuda to have a chance would have to be limited. And an absolutely crucial mistake there at the back for Bermuda. It's a 12th minute goal for Lacey Murray, and it's 1-0 to Jamaica. Definitely not what Nikita Robinson had in mind for her Bermuda side. Now they will have to play come from behind soccer today. Otherwise, it will be Jamaica advancing on to the quarterfinals of this competition. Continuing a run is Jaden Roberts. Now McNamara picks it up along that far touchline. A nice move by Murray, the goal scorer. Now here's Frey for Jody Brown. What a pass and what a finish by Brown. 2-0 to Jamaica just moments after the first. Jamaica off and running. It's now 2-0 to Jamaica just past the 13-minute mark. Just a beautiful through ball from Frey, playing with her back to goal. And Jody Brown, who missed a really good opportunity moments ago, was not going to miss this one. Just fires it by Sakari Turner. About a minute apart between the two goals. The 12th and the 13th minutes. A hard challenge, but Bermuda will carry on. Christopher. But it was Gale tracking over and able to win it back for Jamaica. Trying for a long switch of play. And it'll work here for Jamaica. Looks like Roberts cutting in field. Abel now wins it back. Abel playing wide for Chantel Parker, who looks like has switched sides with Lacey Murray, now playing on the right. It was taken away by Nesbitt. Now maybe an opportunity for Bermuda to break. Trying to play through the middle for Christopher. It was Atkins who deflected it up in the air. She didn't know where the ball went. But luckily her teammate was able to retrieve it, and now it's Jody Brown back on the ball. Here's Murray. Looking for Frey. Murray got another touch to it, but it's put out for a goal kick. And we're through the first quarter of an hour, 2-0 to Jamaica. Lacey Murray scoring in the 12th minute, followed by Jody Brown just moments later in the 13th minute. And Bermuda hoping to avoid being one and done in this competition. Right now, it looks like we are headed on that track, as they've yet to really do anything notable in terms of attacking football in this match. Frey keeps it alive. And once again, it's Webb there to knock it out of play for Bermuda. Jamaica scored at least 3 goals in each of their 3 matches, scoring 11 goals in total. If not for the United States, they could be up there as one of the top teams in terms of scoring in this competition. The U.S. with 24 goals in their first 3 group stage matches. They'll face St. Lucia later on today. If they can get by St. Lucia, most likely a matchup with Canada in the quarterfinal should they get by Cuba. Abel plays it wide for Parker. Parker trying to turn that corner. Her cross coming in towards the penalty spot, brought down by Brown. Over the top looking for Frey. They never found her, but another shot coming on. It's tipped over the bar by Turner. Almost coming out of nothing, and it looked like McNamara was the one to take that on. Getting a good run up, able to come right through it. Just trying to chip it over, but it had some pace on it as well. Turner saw it all the way, but all she could do was knock it out for a corner kick. It's now McNamara who will swing this in, the in-swinger for Jamaica. Marley Frey right at the goal line. This one's sent in right towards the top of the 6. It might fall for Gale. Well, she had an open chance at it, but couldn't keep it down as Bermudan defenders were bearing down on her. Another look at it here. It fell kindly. It hit the ground. Just bounced up a little bit too high for her to really put her laces through it. As Bermuda looked to build out from the back once again. Right back for Turner. One back here by Parker, but she can't quite keep it in play. A throw in now for Jenna Rempel on this near side. Big brace on the left knee of Leilani Nesbeth. She keeps it alive. Edwards. Looks like that's Gibbons. She gets tripped up. No, it will be a foul against Adia Gibbons. Another look at it here. Tussling with Jaden Roberts. A free kick for Jamaica in their attack, or pardon me, defending half. Marley Frey will retrieve this after the touch by Jade Stewart. McNamara able to keep possession there from Leilani Nesbeth. The distribution comes wide for Parker, but she is offside. The flag coming up here on the near side. The 2 goals for Jamaica coming in the second 10-minute segment of this match. We're through 20 minutes now from San Cristobal. It's wide for Gibbons. Can Bermuda get their first shot of the match here on this move? It's through the legs of Roberts. It was deflected, and Jamaica come away with it again. Macy Murray and Jody Brown, the goal scorers. Here's Marley Frey. Something on here for Jamaica. Parker here on this left side. The shot is deflected. It will fall into the arms of Zakari Turner. Marley Frey trying to do it all herself. Chantel Parker was also making that run. Put out for a throw-in. It was the goal scorer, Lacey Murray, who tallied her 3rd goal in the 12th minute. Jody Brown now has the team lead in this competition with 5. And an injured player here for Bermuda is down on the field. Just about at the midway point of this first 45 minutes. She will need some attention. Zadia Gibbons is for Robin Hood FC. So Gibbons back on her feet. A chance for both sides to get some much needed fluids in their system. I'll take this time to tell you, each time a girl joins football, the world takes a strike towards equality. If you empower a girl, you empower a community to fight for their dreams. Concacaf W, we belong. So Gibbons able to walk off the field under her own power. And it looks like this is our first half hydration break as well. If it reaches a certain heat index, referees are instructed to spend a couple of minutes for both sides to come over to their technical areas of staying on the field. They're able to get some water and some fluids in their system. Another look at the goal. This was the first one for Jamaica, coming in the 12th minute. Lacey Murray just basically taking it right away from Zakari Turner. And then a beautiful through ball from Marley Frey. The assist goes to Frey, the goal goes to Jody Brown. And a great finish as well for her, smashing it past Turner. And we are ready to get back underway. It's a throw in for Bermuda. Like Gibbons coming back onto the field as well. McNamara, a touch to get around the defender. Up ahead for Murray, trying to turn the corner, and she does. Trying to assess her options. Marley Frey now taking it in the box, going down. An appeal for penalty. The referee waves it away. Something still on here for Jamaica. That shot by Abel just slowly rolls into the hands of Zakari Turner. And the referee Tatiana Guzman not wanting to give the penalty on that last appeal when Frey went down. Now a throw in for Jamaica. Right through the legs of Abel. Over the top, maybe something on here for Bermuda. Christopher gets a touch to it, and it's into the back of the net. Bermuda has pulled one back out of nothing for Bermuda, but they've cut the deficit in half. It's Nia Christopher with her first goal of this competition. And the goal scorer who led the team in qualifiers finds herself on the score sheet here today. With some indecision there by the Jamaican goalkeeper, Ella Dennis. Nia Christopher makes her pay. All it took was one touch to just kind of nick it over the top of her. And Bermuda, their first shot of the match, is in the back of the net. And a 26th minute goal. And Bermuda have some life here in this first half. It's been all Jamaica in this match, but Bermuda is able to catch Jamaica out on the counter. Jamaica has scored a lot of goals. They also have not kept a clean sheet in this competition, and that continues today as it's played wide for Murray. To the end line, the cross comes in and into the hands of Turner. Obviously gave up 4 goals in that first match against Guatemala, then a goal apiece against Canada and El Salvador in the following 2 matches. Nesbitt. Wide for Parker. Looked like it was Rempel losing her footing and allowed Parker to keep going forward. Another heavy challenge comes in, and it's deemed clean. It was Danny Watson that time. Trying to build out here is Bermuda, and they've done a good job of it. It's wide for Givens. It's Jamaica trying to get players back, and misplaced pass looking for Nia Christopher. You feel like if Christopher can get some balls at her feet, she could be dangerous for this Bermuda side. But really, it's trying to get her service. And maybe something else on here for Bermuda. Nesbitt the run coming, the shot, and it's wide. Christopher was up ahead. It was Leilani Nesbitt once again. The Florida State University Seminole, who just dragged it wide there from outside the box. Maybe something that Jamaica needs to be alert to as this first half moves on. Over the top again, looking for Jody Brown on the turn, but she couldn't quite bring it in. Marley Frey gets pushed down, and that will be a free kick for Jamaica. Emily Cabral committing the foul. Just a push in the back, and the shot coming on. Out for a goal kick. Jody Brown, the captain of this side, plays for St. Anne Women's FC in Jamaica. The referee will play advantage after the handball. Roberts. Roberts listed as a forward on the roster, and looks like she's playing at least in the midfield or at the left back position, but she has gotten into the attack plenty today. Here's Christopher trying to make something happen, going at Atkins. The cross into the middle, nobody was there, wearing a pink jersey. A little bit of a heavy touch by Parker, takes it out. Frey. Parker. Here's Chantel Parker. Gale with the overlap. Cross might have taken a deflection. It's headed away. Nesbitt tries to clear it, but can't get it past McNamara. Now Murray trying to make something happen. Cutting back to her right foot. Too tall for Frey. Parker keeps it alive. And Jody Brown tracks it down. Gabrielle Gale takes a touch infield, but it was too heavy and she loses out. Christopher making a run forward. Malia Atkins trying to cut off the service. Now Roberts. Wide for Murray. There's something on here for Jamaica. And once again, they'll slow things down. Bermuda doing a lot of chasing of the ball. Over the top looking for Brown. Turner was alert to it. And this time able to claim it. We haven't seen it much today, but Jamaica came into this match with the most fouls, with 42 so far through the group stage. This 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. It's probably safe to say that Group E was maybe one of the most competitive groups in the group stage of this competition, as Abel picks it up just outside the area. Jamaica, of course, winning the group at 7 points. Canada able to slide into that second position with 4 points. We got one result of each, a win, a draw, and a loss. El Salvador was able to beat Guatemala on the last day. It was their only result of the group stage, but Guatemala was able to only get 2 draws. And then losing out to El Salvador on the last day eliminated them. So it's El Salvador who will face the Dominican Republic later tonight. And the winner of that match will face the winner of this match. Group E also the only group to not have the group winner win all 3 matches. It was Haiti winning all 3 matches in Group F, Mexico in Group D, the United States, of course, in Group C. 24 goals for and nothing against the United States. Completely dominant. The tournament favorites looking like that, at least through the group stage. Stewart trying to find Christopher, but it was a little bit behind her. Here's Brown. Brave defensive challenge to knock that away. With 10 minutes to go until halftime, Jamaica trying to add on to their lead. It's a 2-1 advantage. Nesbitt now picks her head up, looking for Christopher, trying to get around Reed. Christopher, the first shot is saved, and then she commits the foul. But Nia Christopher, she doesn't need a whole lot to make something happen. Just a slight touch to get around Lauren Reed. And a big save in the end there by Ella Dennis, who has made 9 saves in this competition. Lauren Reed, looks like she was stretching out her shoulder there. She looks to be okay, but it was Nia Christopher who went right around her and nearly found the equalizer. And once again, that has to give Bermuda some confidence, as they have not had the lion's share of possession in this match. On the turn, it's still Nesbitt, and she gets cut down by McNamara. Easy call there for Tatiana Guzman. Leilani Nesbitt, pretty good player for Florida State this year. 10 appearances, a goal, and an assist for Nesbitt. And she stands over this free kick. Might she try to test Ella Dennis in goal? It's Nesbitt stepping up and going for goal, but an easy save on a hop for Ella Dennis. Here's Abel. Trying to spring Parker into the attack. It was Rempel tracking over to cut it off for the moment, and then it was just knocked out of play by Watson. Gabrielle Gale taking her time to come throw this in for Jamaica. Here's Reed. Towards the back post. Murray brings it down. They can't find the finishing product. Well, you could hear the Bermuda back line saying step, trying to play that high line, but it was timed to perfection there by Lacey Murray. But just couldn't find the finishing product. And Bermuda just kind of hanging around right now, making things really interesting for Jamaica. But Jamaica always on the attack, it seems, in this match, especially through Jody Brown, who's on the ball now. There's Watson stepping in and playing it out for a Jamaican throw-in. Pardon me, corner kick. And once again, it's Peyton McNamara. It's the back post area. The header comes on, and it's in. 3-1 to Jamaica as they execute the set piece to perfection. In the 40th minute, Snivellgill Abel, who just is able to knock it over the goalkeeper, as we'll take another look at it here. An open header, all she had to do was put it on frame, and had enough height and power behind it. And it looked like it may have taken a deflection in there. And it was on target anyway. She'll be credited with the goal, as Edwards couldn't quite keep it out. So Abel with her first goal of this competition, and it gives Jamaica some breathing room with about 5 minutes until halftime. Back the other way, it's Gibbons playing it out for a goal kick. So there's the scoring summary. Lacey Murray and Jody Brown got Jamaica off the mark with 2 goals within about a minute. Yeah, Christopher brought one back. Then, of course, moments ago, Abel getting the goal for Jamaica to make it 3-1. Parker for Gale. Cut infield. Her shot is deflected. Had some weird English on it. Jody Brown was lurking there in the box. Zakari Turner able to bring it in. Nesbitt. One Almost slid it in there for Christopher, but Reed was alert to it. And now a Jamaican throwing. Trying to play it in the path of Marley Frey. Not able to get over in time to keep that alive. And now it's a goal kick for Bermuda. Well, it looked like Bermuda was going to at least pose a little bit of a threat for, call it about 14 or so minutes between the Nia Christopher goal and the Abel header. It was 2-1 at the time. They also had a set piece within those 14 minutes. It's been Jamaica who has controlled this match from basically the beginning. Only 2 shots of real danger for Bermuda in this match, but now they're coming forward again. Nesbitt will track this down, continuing her run, and then losing out. It's Atkins. Play down the line. This one will stay in play, and it just has to be knocked out of play. A throw in here for Jamaica with 1 minute until we get into stoppage time. You can hear the coaching staff instructing Bermuda to step up, trying to play a little bit of a higher line and make things more compact for Jamaica. Looking for Nia Christopher. Now it's played wide for Gibbons. Nesbitt. And the shot blocked away. It's out for another throw-in. And we will get into 1 minute of additional stoppage time at the end of this 45 minutes. And Bermuda bring one more back and really make things interesting. Ella Dennis will put this back into play. A few more seconds here in this first half. And there's the final whistle. The first 45 minutes has come to a close. Is Jamaica well in control as they look to book a spot, the first spot in the quarterfinals here of this 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. So 45 minutes down, 45 to go. It's Jamaica 3 and it's Bermuda 1.
que no le trae esta nación en estos días. Con Bolívar sus días son más fáciles de llevar. Bolívar es Valle, es bueno.
Highlights from the first 45 minutes between Jamaica and Bermuda, trying to book the first spot in the quarterfinal round of this 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. The goal scoring got started in the 12th minute. It was Lacey Murray just picking up a loose ball right on the edge of the box. Nobody in between the pipes, and an easy finish. And just about a minute later, it was Jody Brown able to fire a shot past the goalkeeper on the assist by Marley Frey, and that made it 2-0. And from there, Jamaica were off and running, or so they thought. They thought they could probably just coast from there, as the captain, Jody Brown, made it 2-0. A couple more shots would come on, but Turner very alert to those. This one, she was able to just knock over the bar on the shot from McNamara. But then there would be the moment for Bermuda. Nia Christopher, the leading goal scorer for Bermuda in the qualifiers, able to just knock this past Dennis, who was a little unsure coming off her line. Once again, nobody in goal for Jamaica after that, and that made it 2-1. So giving Jamaica just a little bit of something to think about. And then Christopher, a few minutes later, could have made it 2-2 if not for a big save by Ella Dennis to keep this match at 2-1. And then in the 40th minute, Abel, just a perfect header right over the goalkeeper, back across the goal. That's exactly what you're taught to do in that situation. Just lofted over the goalkeeper into the back of the net. 3-1 is the score, and that is where we ended this first half. Jamaica with 3 goals in the first 45 minutes. So we'll take a look at the first half stats between Jamaica and Bermuda, with a lot of the possession, the shots on target as well. They've controlled this match, but Bermuda, they've been quite dangerous on the counterattack when they get those opportunities. It's just how many opportunities can they find in the second half. So only one spot between these two teams in the quarterfinals, trying to be the first of 8. It's Jamaica 3, it's Bermuda 1 here at halftime. Just about set for the second half here from San Cristobal in Estadio Panamericano. It's Jamaica and it is Bermuda vying for a spot in the quarterfinals of this 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. Teams have switch ends. It is Bermuda in the all pink, and it is Jamaica in the black tops and yellow shorts. Just waiting on the whistle from Tatiana Guzman. We can get this second 45 minutes underway. Does Bermuda have 2 more goals in them, or can Jamaica hold them off in this final 45 minutes and advance on to face the winner of the Dominican Republic and El Salvador? That game coming up later tonight in Santo Domingo. Still waiting for the whistle. There it is, underway. Here's the second half of this round of 16 match between Jamaica and Bermuda. And right off the opening kickoff, won back by Jamaica and Jody Brown. She was the goal scorer in the 13th minute. In the 12th minute, it was Lacey Murray. And then about a half hour later, it was Abel who was able to get one in the 40th minute, a header from a corner kick. But in between all of that, Nia Christopher did pull one back to make it 2-1. So that's the lone goal for Bermuda in this match through their leading goal scorer in Christopher. This one a shot from well outside the box, and it's well wide of Ella Dennison goal.
Step two.
So we'll see what Bermuda has in this second half. They're going to have to go for it at some point, but with the amount of possession that they have conceded in this match, I figure that will be difficult, although they have been dangerous, or most dangerous, out on the counterattack. We'll see if those opportunities arise. As this match has moved along, Leilani Nesbitt has really started to become a force for Bermuda in the midfield. It's whether she can advance the ball up to Nia Christopher. I feel like it's Nesbitt and Christopher will be crucial to try to get Bermuda back into this match. Taken away by Gale. And now it's Reed. And that center back tandem of Lauren Reed and Malia Atkins has been a pretty good one. Both of them actually play for Real Colorado, so very familiar with each other, I'm sure. And it's really showing here today. Going down is Lacey Murray. Zamira Webb commits the foul. And a free kick now for Jamaica, about 2.5 minutes into this second half. So Peyton McNamara, who has stood over most of the free kicks in this match, stands over this one as well. Sent in towards the penalty spot, headed away. Here's Nesbitt, who picks it up right away. And then gets it back after a giveaway for a moment. Here's Gibbons. Trying to get it back for Nesbitt, but it was intercepted by Atkins. Played through. Trying to run into it is Lacey Murray, and she does. Cross coming in towards the penalty spot again. And cleared away. Bermuda under a little bit of pressure to open this second half. And as Jamaica have a few more goals in them. They've scored at least 3 now in all 4 games. They've scored 4 twice. That match against Guatemala in their opener, it was quite the game. 4-4. It was 3-0 at one point, then it was 3-3, before it ended obviously 4-4 in the end. McNamara switches the play. A good overlapping run. Here's Roberts. Comes all the way to the end line. Who did take a touch off of last? It looks like it's out for a corner kick now for Jamaica. McNamara ready to swing this in. It's an in-swinger. First corner of the second half. Towards the penalty spot. It was Abel who got her head on it once again. Number scored from that corner kick in the 40th minute. And this time it's steered well wide of goal. And out for a goal kick. Jamaica has never qualified for the Under-20 World Cup. But you feel like on this side of the bracket, they'll have to go through the United States should they advance to face them. The only way they would do that would be in the semifinals, which would be that play-in match. But you feel like if you're going up against a team like the United States, a team that has scored 24 goals, has conceded nothing, the defense will have to be shored up a little bit. It obviously has been pretty good in this competition, but not keeping a clean sheet may be something of note for Xavier Gilbert in charge. Nesbitt lets a shot go. Does not worry Ella Dennis in goal. Way back for Turner. There'll be a little bit more rest for these teams as Jody Brown comes forward. Played in to the box for Marley Frey. It falls now for Parker, going for goal. 4-1 to Jamaica. The back line of Bermuda completely opened up by the Jamaican attack. And Chantel Parker with her second goal in this competition. And it's now 4-1 to Jamaica. They look like they are on their way to the quarterfinals. Just kind of pushes that back across goal into that left corner. Not even a big celebration for Jamaica either as they slowly make their way back into position. So 4 goals for Jamaica and matches their tournament high. They've now done that 3 times. They are in fine goal scoring form. Here is the first sub of the match. Jordan Bartholomew will come on. And it is the most recent goal scorer to come off. Here in the 53rd minute, it's Bartholomew on. So the first sub of the match for either side. It comes for Jamaica. Going back to what I was saying before that goal, was a little bit more rest in between matches from the round of 16 to the quarterfinals. Those games will be contested on Wednesday. So the teams that play today, 3 full days off in between, which has got to be really nice for these sides as they rest up for really the business end of this tournament. And of course, 4 games in total today on match day 7. And there'll be 4 more games tomorrow to close out the round of 16. Slight push in the back by Atkins. It will be Mexico taking on Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago against Puerto Rico, Haiti and Barbados, and Guyana will take on the Cayman Islands. And Haiti, who played all 3 of their group stage matches on this field, a dominant performance in the group stage as well. I feel like they could be the favorites on that side, maybe along with Mexico, the 2 group winners. Nesbitt ahead for Christopher. Nesbitt gets it back. Trying to take an ambitious effort from outside the box, but nothing doing here for Bermuda. It'll be the quarterfinals on Wednesday, the semifinals on Friday, and the final will be on Sunday, a week from tomorrow. Of course, the 2 teams that make it to the final will have qualified. Of course, it's always nice to leave a tournament like this with some hardware in the end. Ahead for Christopher again. It was too tall for her to bring it down. And now Jody Brown, a burst of speed. Coming right through the midfield. Murray was trying to stay onside. It looks like she did. Here's Frey. Back for Murray. And this time the flag will go up. It was on the second time where she couldn't keep herself onside. And just getting on the wrong end of that last defender for Bermuda. Murray again. Ahead for Frey. It's intercepted. Murray again. Frey's in the middle. Murray wants to do it all herself. She's tripped up. Bermuda is able to clear their lines for the moment. Now Nesbitt. Gibbons making a run over the top. Into the path for Gibbons. A diving stop there for Dennis as she tries to scramble back to her feet. And then she collects it. A whistle. Looks like maybe a player down. Back behind the play, and there is here for Bermuda. Maybe some cramps coming into play on a warm day here in San Cristobal. Looks like we're also awaiting our first sub by Bermuda. That is the captain, Jade Stewart. She will walk off with the trainer. And she was going to come off anyway, so it's Jaya Rattery Smith to come on. She will replace the captain, Jade Stewart. In the 59th minute, the first alteration for Nikita Robinson and Bermuda. Another sub here for Jamaica as well. It'll be Sydney Clark to come on. Actually, I think the AR got the numbers there backwards. The 7 coming on, and it is Marley Frey coming off. And also here in the 59th minute. And Xavier Gilbert, he knows he has 3 days of rest in between this match and presumably their quarterfinal should Jamaica hold on to this advantage. But still trying to rotate some players in and out and get them some run here today. With about 30 minutes to go. Right back into the attack comes Jamaica. To the end line, the cross coming, and it's blocked away. Gabrielle Gale making that run. It looks like Gale got the last touch on it. So a goal kick for Bermuda. And there was a moment in the first half where Christopher had a chance to make it 2-2. And how quickly things can change as Jody Brown keeps it alive. A fortunate deflection, but she'll take it. Jamaica score another. It's now 5-1 as they look well on their way to the quarterfinals at this point. It's a brace for Jody Brown. Just that fortunate deflection. Webb tried to step in the way, but Brown kept her move going, doing it all by herself. And an easy finish in the end for the captain, Jody Brown. And that pushes her goal-scoring total up to 6 in this competition after 2 more today. It's got to be a bit of a difficult situation for Bermuda, of course. You play your first match, and you have to play a group winner at that as well. Well, these other teams have been able to at least get some rhythm and some fitness. Bermuda comes in, plays this one game, and it looks like they'll be headed home. And for Murray. So Jamaica with that 5th goal, the most goals they've scored in this competition this year. Clark. It's clattered into, and it's cleared away. Sydney Clark, who plays for Monroe University in the United States. She made 15 appearances, scored 34 goals, and had 11 assists. She also had 1 game, and she scored 5. And she also garnered 8 hat tricks. So some pretty good goal-scoring tutelage there for Sydney Clark coming off the bench. Nesbitt. As the ball comes centrally for Cabral. Shot coming from outside the box. It was deflected. And it's out for a corner kick for Bermuda. So the first of the match here today comes in the 64th minute. Sent in. Quickly sent right back where it came from. And it's out for now a throw-in for Bermuda. Good child. In for Nesbitt. played into the box. It's Bartholomew who is there to knock it out for another Bermuda throw-in. Bermuda now coming into the box. Ahead for Gibbons on the turn. Oh, she fell down. She couldn't keep her footing there. I think she slipped on the ball and she tried to drag it over to her left. Bermuda still on the attack. The cross coming in has to be dealt with. And it's deflected out of play. It looked like Roberts got her head to it. And out for another Bermuda corner kick. And right now it's an uphill battle for Bermuda, but they're still battling. It's the top of the box and cleared away. Jody Brown has done a lot in this game on the ball. Looks like that comes off of Brown, giving it back to Bermuda. And speaking of Jody Brown, now with 6 goals in this competition, she moves into a tie for second place in the top goal scorers in this competition in Jamaica history. Shakira Duncan has 7. She's now in a tie with Venice Reed and Camilla Parker, who each have scored 6. And the foul there by Nesbitt, just clashing into the side. And Lacey Murray. Trying to squeeze it through there for Clark. And Abel gets it right back. McNamara. Clark. And her first attacking touch of the match. After coming on a few moments ago. Clark. Now it's McNamara from outside the box. A big block coming in, and it looks like that was a handball. And a player still down for Bermuda. Another look at it here. That ball just deflecting right back, and I think that got her right in the face was Danny Watson. It looks like they'll take that second half hydration break right here. So we'll take a look at the replay once again. Deflection right off the knee of Clark and right back into her face. Definitely cannot feel good. Still receiving treatment. As we take a look at the goal for Jamaica. Chantel Parker in the 53rd minute. The first goal of the second half for Jamaica, and she was subbed off just a few minutes later. And then it was Jody Brown getting a fortunate deflection there. The ball stayed right in her path. And just has to slot it by Zakari Turner in goal. So Watson back on her feet. Football knows no gender. Football knows tenacity. This is your open invitation to get off the sidelines and get in the conversation. Concacaf W, we belong. The team's coming back out onto the field, and it will be a free kick opportunity for Jamaica just outside the box. A 25-yard range, let's call it. It looks like it's Peyton McNamara standing over this as Bermuda constructs their wall in front of Zachary Turner with 20 minutes now to go as we're closing in on Jamaica advancing to the quarterfinal round. McNamara to take it, took a deflection, but it goes wide. So I guess the wall does its job in the end, but had Zachary Turner scrambling across her goal, trying to make sure that deflection didn't hurt her in the end. And they're laughing about it in the end with Webb and Turner. And McNamara will take this again. The top of the 6, cleared away. McNamara again. Going to get on the end of the header from Sydney Clark. There's Abel. Tried to play it through for Gale and just couldn't get it out from underneath her feet, and rolls through for Turner. Just that one sub for Bermuda. Well, Jamaica has gone to their bench twice. Clark trying to bring it down, but some heat behind that pass. Gale gets it right back. Trying to switch the field, and does. Murray. Knocked out of play. Good child there in defense. Ball rolls all the way through for Gale. Brings it down, gets by a defender towards the penalty spot. Clark going for goal. What a save by Turner. Pushes it off the crossbar. It's still alive. And it's knocked out of play. Zachary Turner comes up with a massive save. And a good one at that. Clark, I wanted eyes for that right corner. But Turner at full stretch, able to knock that off the crossbar and then put it out of play. Really well done by the Bermuda goalkeeper. Jamaica still with that pep in their step as they come forward again. Roberts. Got it from McNamara. Now it's Roberts still going down in the box. The referee takes a moment to think about it and then points to the spot. A penalty upcoming for Jamaica. As we take a look at the substitution to come on. Satya Birchall. Here's a look at the penalty. Samira Webb, a little push in the back. I think a good call there by Tatiana Guzman. And it's Jody Brown trying for the hat trick. And trying to make it 6 for Jamaica. She convert from the penalty spot. With 15 minutes to go. Jody Brown for Jamaica. 6-1 and a hat trick to boot for the captain. So 7 goals now for Jody Brown in this competition. She is now tied for first among all-time goal scorers for Jamaica in this competition's history. So some history for Jody Brown, and one more goal will give her #1 by herself. The captain really getting it done in this competition for Jamaica. Nesbitt. Continuing her run, but Lacey Murray there to cut her off. Now Brown trying to turn the corner. Why not make it 4? The cross though coming all the way through. And just not able to finish there on that far post. It was Gabrielle Gale. Just to get you up to speed, that sub came on right before the penalty for Bermuda. It was Birchall, number 18, to come on. Well, Danny Watson made way. So now 2 subs have been used for both sides. With about 13 minutes left to play. McNamara trying to do it all herself. Goodchild comes over. Was able to knock it out for a throw-in. Cross comes in. A good play by Rempel to just let that run through for a goal kick. You probably expect Jamaica to be the favorite, whether they play the Dominican Republic or El Salvador in the quarterfinal round. They cannot be looking very far past that, because of course the United States could be waiting for them in the semifinals should they make it that far. Up next here in San Cristobal, it will be Canada and Cuba. Both teams able to win just once in the group stage. It's Cuba actually winning their first ever match against Honduras in this competition. They scored 6 goals in that match. They scored 6 goals all time coming in this competition. Played wide. Gilbert. Cross coming through. A good save again from Turner from point blank range. Put out for a throw-in. And a sub for Jamaica. 10 minutes left to play. It'll be Sharice Clark. So Sharice Clark will come on. Nivelgail Abel will come off. The goal scorer in the 40th minute. A wonderful header from a corner kick for Abel. And a good 80 minutes for Jamaica's number 5. Right in the middle of the midfield. So Sydney Clark, Sharice Clark, and Jordan Bartholomew are the 3 subs for Jamaica in this round of 16 match. With 10 minutes to go. Brown was making a run. Clark is too. Sydney Clark brings it down. Sharice Clark, that was her first touch of the match. Jamaica's able to keep it. Gale wins the throw-in. Cross coming. Nobody was there for Jamaica. Now a goal kick for Bermuda. As they try to end this match on a high note. It's been a tough day for them, but it was 2-1 at one point. Nia Christopher scoring that goal in the 26th minute, then just a few moments later having a shot blocked by Ella Dennis. A really good save by the Jamaican goalkeeper. Could have made it 2-2, and how different this match potentially could have been. And instead, the big save from Dennis. And Jamaica then goes on to score 4 unanswered goals and counting. Murray. Her cross coming right in front. An easy finish for Sydney Clark, makes it 7. A great run there by Clark to just wiggle her way through the Bermuda defense. Her first goal of this competition, and hugs all around as Jamaica well on their way to the quarterfinal round. The assist to Lacey Murray, just right in between the 2 center backs, was Sydney Clark. It's a rout here in San Cristobal. And the final sub of the match, it will be the goal scorer Nia Christopher to come off. And Azrael Basden will come on. All 3 subs now have been used on both sides. Basden gets about 7 minutes plus stoppage time, while Nia Christopher had a hard 83 minutes, scoring a goal for her efforts. A lot of running at the top of that formation, trying to win some balls for Bermuda, but it just wasn't happening on this day against the Jamaican side that looks poised to really make a run and try to find themselves in the Under-20 World Cup later on this year. Another run coming from Lacey Murray as she turns the corner. Turner trying to come off her line and slides in. Apology, it looks like there for Murray as the momentum just carried her into the goalkeeper. Turner will take a moment to get back to her feet. Gibbons able to win a throw-in, or rather a free kick. As Tatiana Guzman calls for the foul instead. And there's the scoring summary. It all got started in the 12th minute. Jody Brown, a hat trick for the captain today. She goes joint top in all-time goal scoring for Jamaica in this competition. Holds that record with Shakira Duncan. Ball sent in for Clark again on the turn. And out for another goal kick. Looks like the referee will pull this one back as Lacey Murray shaking off a slight knock. But all in all, a really dominating performance today from Jamaica. And just one moment where the back line, I guess you could say, shut off for just a moment, giving up that one goal, but it was a good move by Nia Christopher. As Gale tries to keep this in play along the end line. Towards the back post, an easy header for Sydney Clark, makes it 8, and the substitute has a brace. 2 goals in about a 6-minute span for Sydney Clark. And just the exclamation mark at the end of a big day for Jamaica. It's now Jamaica 8 and Bermuda 1. Look at it here. Gale with the assist. It was Clark who just literally had to have that hit her head, and it was going to redirect into the goal. Exactly what she did. And a brace for the forward. She came on in the 59th minute. And within a half hour of her coming on, she has scored 2. We talked about Sydney Clark's goal scoring in college. As Nesbitt was taken off the ball with a hard challenge. Clark with 34 goals, and it felt like at some point in this competition she was going to find herself on the score sheet, and she did. Twice. Nesbitt still trying to make something happen. Nesbitt falls for Gibbons. Shot is blocked right at the top of the area. Sent in again, and we will begin 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of this 90 minutes. Jody Brown was able to keep herself on side. Turner coming out. Jody Brown clear in on goal, and the captain is now the all-time leading goal scorer in this competition in Jamaica history. 8 goals in the competition, 4 today, and Jamaica just adding on. It's now 9-1 right at the end of this match. Zakari Turner came way off her line. The run was timed to perfection. Just a little touch to get around the goalkeeper. After that, it was a pretty easy finish. A really good afternoon for the Reggae girls. 9-1 is the score as we just wait for the final whistle. There it is, Jamaica off to the quarterfinals of this 2020 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. A dominating performance today over Bermuda. And it finishes here from the Estadio Panamericano in San Cristobal. It's Jamaica 9 and Bermuda 1. Highlights from the match between Jamaica and Bermuda, and plenty of goals to tell you about in this one. 10 in total, but there were 9 for one side, and it started here in the 12th minute. It was Lacey Murray picking up a loose ball around the edge of the area. Just a miscommunication between defender and goalkeeper. Zakari Turner couldn't quite collect it, and that was the first goal. Then Jody Brown, the first of her 4 goals. This one would come just moments after the first goal by Lacey Murray. In the 13th minute, that made it 2-0 to Jamaica, and at that point you felt like it would be them just coasting into the quarterfinals. And ultimately that's what it was, but it would be a pretty good goal in the end for Nia Christopher. Just a little touch around the goalkeeper, finds the back of the net, and the leading goal scorer for Bermuda in the qualifiers with 5 gets one here today. And all of a sudden you thought game on, it's 2-1, but just a few minutes later in the 40th minute, a beautiful header just lofting it over the goalkeeper by Neville Gill Abel. That was in the 40th minute, just before halftime. And that made it 3-1 to the Reggae girls going into the break. And then they came out for the second half, and the goal scoring would continue. This one would run through for Chantel Parker. An easy finish for her, her second goal of the competition. And nothing Turner in goal could do about that. After that, Jody Brown, a fortunate deflection there off of the defender. And able to finish into the back of the net for her second goal. That one in the 61st minute. And the goals would just keep on coming for Jamaica. Just adding to their total. A penalty there won by Jaden Roberts. The referee thought about it for a second, pointed to the spot. Brown with a pretty clinical finish in the 76th minute. And that completed the hat trick for Jody Brown. You can see her raise 3 fingers to the camera. Then a little bit later, the 59th minute substitute, Sydney Clark, this in the 82nd minute. Pretty easy finish there at the near post for her first goal of this competition. And then just 6 minutes later, once again, Sydney Clark, this time a headed effort into the back of the net for her second goal. That made it 8-1, and then in stoppage time, Jody Brown had become the all-time leading scorer in this competition's history for Jamaica. Makes it 9-1. So 4 goals for the captain today, and now 8 goals in total in this competition. And that's how it ended. It was Jamaica 9 and Bermuda 1. As we take a look at the bracket, here it is, Jamaica into the quarterfinals, the first of 4 teams today. And of course, the whole left side of the bracket will be figured out by later tonight. So it's Canada and Cuba coming up next here in San Cristobal, but it finishes here from Estadio Panamericano. It's Jamaica 9 and it's Bermuda 1.